whispers of a secret order born in the shadows of 18th century Bavaria. They claimed reason, but rulers saw revolution. The name vanished, yet the myth only grew stronger. From kings to presidents, bankers to pop stars, one word ties them all: Illuminati. Chapter 1. The Birth of a Secret Order. 1776. Everyone talks about America that year. Independence, revolution, fireworks. But far from the New World, in Bavaria, a very different kind of spark was about to ignite. Life there was heavy, suffocating almost. The church told you what to believe. The monarchy told you how to live. Step too far out of line and, well, you'd regret it. In this oppressive climate, change seemed impossible. Adam Weishaupt hated that environment. He was a professor, sharp-minded, restless. He had grown up inside the church system and knew it well. The more he saw, the more he thought it was wrong for people to be shackled by superstition. Instead, he believed in the power of reason and a secular approach to life. For Weishaupt, these principles offered a path to true freedom and enlightenment. Motivated, he gathered 4 students, 5 men, a cramped room, candlelight flickering. They swore loyalty. Dramatic maybe, but they meant it. They called it the Illuminati. Sounds bold, doesn't it? The enlightened ones. At first it was tiny, men whispering over beer, passing scraps of paper, careful not to get caught. Yet for all the secrecy, Weishaupt had bigger plans. He gave himself a code name, Spartacus. Everyone else followed. Ranks and rituals, all directly copied from the church, the very institution they opposed. Funny really, what they hated, they imitated. The ultimate aim of the order is the highest freedom of mankind. That line is his, Adam's. He actually wrote it down. But how do 5 guys in Bavaria change the world? They don't, unless they can find a bigger stage. This is exactly what Weishaupt saw in the Freemasons. The lodges were everywhere. Lawyers, merchants, nobles, even princes. Men with power. Men who talked about ideas. It was the perfect cover and an ideal opportunity for expansion. And it worked, slowly, quietly. Members of those lodges joined the Illuminati. What drew them in? The allure of shared power, the opportunity to influence change, and the promise of belonging to an elite group. Some swore oaths in smoky rooms. Some just slipped into the network without saying much. The secrecy and mystique added to its appeal. By 1782, there weren't just 5 men anymore. There were thousands. Bavaria, Austria, Poland, Italy. The network spread like fire on dry grass. To the insiders it felt exciting, maybe even heroic. But to the rulers watching from above, it looked terrifying. A hidden army, growing in the dark. And for those at the top, the fear was just beginning. Chapter 2. Fear, suppression, and disappearance. By the early 1780s, the Illuminati were no longer just dreamers. They infiltrated lodges, courts, and universities. Thousands of men were now bound by secrets, and secrets make people nervous, especially kings and bishops whose power now felt threatened. Rumors spread. What were these enlightened ones doing? Meeting at night, swearing oaths, plotting to topple old power. To outsiders, this wasn't harmless philosophy, it was sedition. The Bavarian government panicked, whispers of surveillance spread. Then came bans. In 1785, Duke Karl Theodor outlawed the Illuminati outright. Membership became a crime. As a result, police raided homes. They seized letters, charters, and coded manuscripts. These papers revealed stories, talk of infiltrating governments, plans to reshape society. Some might have been exaggeration, the kind of bold claims secret clubs used to impress. But in the authorities' hands, it looked damning. The consequences were swift. Weishaupt fled. Stripped of his professorship and branded a traitor, he vanished into exile. Settling in Gotha, he lived in relative obscurity, but continued to correspond with other intellectuals and reportedly worked as a librarian. Despite his fall from prominence, he never ceased to advocate for his ideals in secret. The order collapsed almost overnight, or did it? The consequences seemed final, but the story was far from over. Because here's the strange thing. Even as the Illuminati fell apart, their idea only grew stronger. In the coffee houses and taverns of Europe, people whispered that the Illuminati hadn't really died. They had just gone deeper underground, becoming a myth that outlived the group itself. Some even blamed them for the French Revolution just a few years later. One writer, Augustin Baruel, filled page after page with warnings that the Illuminati were behind everything: revolts, plots, and revolutions. Others copied him, amplifying the fear. Thus, the order of the Illuminati, which in truth had existed for less than a decade, became larger in death than it had ever been in life. Chapter 3: The Myth That Refused to Die. By the late 1700s, the order was gone, but the name Illuminati endured. It didn't just vanish into archives, it lingered, like a ghost refusing to be buried. Every generation dressed the story differently. In the 1800s, figures like French revolutionary Maximilien Robespierre were suspected of ties. In the 1900s, financiers like J.P. Morgan and politicians such as Winston Churchill were associated with whispers. By the 2000s, rappers like Jay-Z, actors and tech billionaires like Elon Musk emerged as dominant figures. Same word, different villains. What keeps the myth alive? Symbols. People are drawn to them. A triangle, an eye, a gesture. Once these were linked to the Illuminati, the myth spread quickly. The eye in the pyramid, for instance, first captured attention on the dollar bill, though its origin dates back to the Great Seal of the United States, designed in the 1780s. Over time, this powerful image became synonymous with the secretive allure of the Illuminati. The symbol was powerful. Once you saw it, you couldn't forget it. It's no surprise the story grew with every new connection. And then came the internet. In the 18th century, rumors spread by horse and press. Today, a YouTube clip, TikTok freeze, or someone circling a triangle over Jay-Z's hands can reach millions by breakfast. In today's climate, the Illuminati became less a society than a canvas. Every fear, suspicion, and unease about power got painted onto it. Banking crashes, Illuminati. Wars, Illuminati. A celebrity dies too young? Well, Illuminati. And celebrities weren't just accused, some played along. Jay-Z's diamond hand sign became a magnet. Beyoncé, Rihanna, and Kanye had every gesture circled, paused, and posted as, quote, proof. Their fame and constant attention only served to fuel the myth. Even actors joined. Jim Carrey strode onto a late-night stage and flashed the triangle symbol, mocking the idea on national TV. Some laughed. Others swore it was proof. Was he joking or confessing? Strangely, the more famous people denied it, the bigger the rumor grew. The Illuminati became a stage prop, punchline, and brand all at once. Here's the strange twist. The real Illuminati were just men gathering in secret with the aim of promoting Enlightenment ideals. They were philosophers and intellectuals who feared persecution, often hiding in basements to avoid police raids. In contrast, the version in stories is of untouchable giants who seem to control the world. Reality was fragile, but the legend lives on. As one modern researcher, Dr. Linda Bryson, a historian specializing in secret societies, put it, "The real Illuminati died in Bavaria." The one we talk about now? That's just a mirror, reflecting us back at ourselves. Maybe the appeal was never about Weishaupt. Maybe we just need an explanation for chaos. The world feels unstable? It must be them. Someone must be in charge. The Illuminati isn't an order, it's a story. Stories, unlike secret societies, never die.